The early church was made up of almost all Jewish believers who were persecuted for following Jesus. Because their lives had become difficult, many believers began to wonder if following Jesus was worth it. Some may have even thought about giving up on Jesus altogether.
In the past, God's people, the nation of Israel, were led by priests. Priests led the people to worship God through sacrifices. Aaron the Levite and his descendants were priests.
The Holy Spirit helped a Christian leader write words of encouragement to the early church in the book of Hebrews. The author of Hebrews told Jesus' followers that Jesus is better. Jesus became like us in every way so he could become a merciful and faithful high priest for us. Because Jesus suffered and was tempted, he is able to help us when we are tempted.
The writer of Hebrews reminded the believers about Melchizedek. Melchizedek is the first person in the Bible to be called a priest. This is what the author wrote.
We know Melchizedek was greater than Aaron, the first chief priest of Israel, because Abraham gave him a tenth of his treasure. Melchizedek, the king of Salem and priest of the God Most High, reminds us of Jesus, the Son of God. Aaron and all the priests who came after him were men who died. Jesus is our priest who lives forever.
The priesthood of Aaron and the Levites, who made sacrifices for the sins of the people, was not enough to save them forever. The law set up as priests men who were weak, limited by their sin and by death. Their work pointed forward to a greater priest, Jesus. Jesus fulfilled God's promise and became the perfect sacrifice. Now we have a perfect priest forever.
Jesus is able to save completely those who come to God through him, since he will never die again. He always lives to intercede for them.
Jesus is the priest we need. He is holy and without sin. Jesus doesn't need to offer sacrifices every day, as high priests do. First for their own sins, then for those of the people. Jesus did this once and for all time when he offered himself. God sent to us his Son, our perfect priest forever.
Jesus is the perfect priest, the high priest who interceded on behalf of the people by laying down his life to be a once and for all sacrifice for sin. Everyone who trusts in Jesus has salvation from sin through his perfect life, death, and resurrection.